Okay, so getting good at actually just absorbing information really quickly, taking that and then implementing it is something that's completely transformed my life in the past 2 or 3 months. So with ChatIQ, there is a new update coming out very, very soon, and I want to show you how I'm using it within ChatIQ to develop the business quicker. And this is something that a lot of businesses can definitely benefit from in terms of reducing the amount of time they spend learning and implementing new information and new tasks within their business. So ChatIQ is obviously a chatbot that you can train as a business to manage leads and just manage customer service, but you can also use it to learn and also be like a second employee within your business. So I'll show you what I mean. So at the moment I'm doing a lot of marketing on TikTok, and I wanted to check about business accounts versus creator accounts. So this is it's just a subject idea that I wanted to show you. Now, unfortunately, this video here is 10 minutes long. There's sometimes if you're trying to work something out, there's 3 or 4 different videos you've got to watch. Before you know it, you've spent an hour digesting that content and you're not sure whether it was even worth the time or not. So a really quick way of actually analyzing the data from the YouTube videos is by taking the link for the YouTube video. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. Obviously, you can head over to ChatIQ, you can get started with a free account. But if you go to the dashboard and you start to scrape a video, so we're going to put in the YouTube URL here, and here we're just going to put in a custom prompt, and then the AI is going to generate a better prompt for us. So I'll just do this now. So here I've just said you're a chatbot designed to interpret YouTube transcripts, lift information quickly and give me a detailed response based off my question. I've also said you're an employee for ChatIQ. So I actually intend on adding lots of information to this chatbot. I'm obviously on the enterprise plan on this account, which means I can just continually add data to my chatbot. So I can have a very powerful chatbot which understands all aspects of my business. But in this case, it's just going to be started with the training prompt for this YouTube video. So the only information it has access to will be this YouTube video. So we're going to train and create this custom prompt, and then we're actually going to build the chatbot, and I'll show you just what sort of stuff you can actually do with this. Because if we go into this video here, we just read this guy's description, you can see he's revealing if personal or business TikTok accounts better for you and what he uses. So for example, we're going to ask, I don't know, what gets the best results. So I just quickly did that. It's now going to build the chatbot for me. So it'll only take a couple of seconds just for one video. If you're uploading a lot of information, it's going to take longer to build. So now, for example, let's just ask it, we'll go, what is the best TikTok for us? Well, let's just see what it says to that. When I send this through, we then go to chatbot settings just quickly. I want to show you, okay, cool, it's using the active training data. So I just realized I moved the microphone. And the custom prompt is obviously correct. So if you come back, it says it can't provide a specific answer to your questions. It's too broad and subjective. But obviously, based on the video and the transcript, TikTok has been able to provide an opportunity for new brands to discover it extremely quickly. Okay, so maybe we need to be a bit more specific with our questions. So I'll just come up with some example questions. I'll ask it and I'll show you what it's responded with. So one of the key concerns with this TikTok thing is if you lose the number of views and the amount of reach that you get if you start to sign up with a TikTok business account. So we'll see if it knows the answer to this. And you can see I created this at 11:22. It's now 11:24, and I'm getting responses already. So I'm 1 or 2 minutes into this, and in this video, he doesn't start to mention business accounts until we're 4 minutes in. So for example, if this was a 35-minute tutorial, we could get information significantly quicker from this. Not to mention, if we're using it and we're actually coming back to it, we can continue to ask it questions. So here, you're using a creator account on TikTok can potentially help you get more views. Creator accounts offer access to additional features. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily say that we're going to get less views if we use a business account. So let's ask it that. So now I'm actually going to ask it specifically to compare between the TikTok creator account and the TikTok business account, and then does the business account get me less views? Because obviously if it gets me less views, I'd much rather use the creator account. But you can see just how quickly we're digesting this information. And the most important thing as well is if we come back to train your chatbot while we're waiting for that response, we can also add another YouTube URL. So you can see here we've got one active URL out of 500. So if I'm on the enterprise plan, I can continue to add in multiple URLs. So if we wanted to have 5 videos on there, then we can have 5 videos. So we'll just see what this says. Cool, so it came back and it said using a TikTok, but you can just see here the timing, so it takes just under a minute to get a response, so it's not very long at all. It's the same as ChatGPT. Not necessarily mean that you will get less views than using a creator account. The main difference between the two types of accounts is the access to certain features and tools. Okay, cool, so if we use the business account, we should still get the same number of views as long as the quality of content's good. Obviously there's a load of other information here that we can read through if we're interested in it. There's also one cool thing I want to show you, and I'm actually just going to refresh the chat now. Awesome, so I've said, can you show me the video? I want to watch it. And obviously the video is here embedded in the chat for me to watch, which I absolutely love. I use this all the time. If I send a chatbot to my employees that they can talk to, for example, you can do that by going here. You can get your actual link for your chatbot and you can then add it or embed it into Slack. So we've actually got a chatbot that we use within the entire company. Here we are. So people can actually then watch that video. Now at the moment, I'll just show you another example. So we're going to add in a tutorial, for example, about Klaviyo. So Daniel Fogarty, he knows what he's talking about. So let's get one of his videos. We're then just going to take this. I don't even know what this video is about, but it's obviously a tutorial for beginners. So why not? That could be useful. Let's go and train our chatbot. We're going to scrape another video. Cool. Now we've already given it a custom prompt, so it knows what it's doing. So we're just going to build the custom chatbot now, and then we'll come back to it once it's done. So it's currently training the chatbot. And the other thing I wanted to show you guys, for example, this is a 15-minute video, and you can see here he's actually talking us through how to set up an account, and he's integrating it with Shopify. So if you had a Shopify store, you could create a tutorial and then ask it questions. But because we can continue to add information, we could also build a chatbot that understands how to integrate with Klaviyo from a YouTube tutorial. We could also add in the documents or the training docs from Klaviyo as well. So if we went to train a chatbot, we could scrape a website, or we could add in a PDF file, and then it would be able to answer questions on that PDF file as well as the video. So we'll go into and ask the chatbot question now. So I actually just want to show you, you can see here we've got the two videos. This is obviously the first one about TikTok business managers or business accounts, and then this one's the video about Klaviyo. You can see our custom prompts also in here. Let me just wait for that to load. Cool, so you can see here it's got a list and things that it can follow. Now we can always go into here and edit this and update it and give it more information, or we can delete it and completely restart from scratch if our chatbot has a different use case over time. So I've asked it, how can I set up an email flow in Klaviyo? Obviously, if Daniel Fogarty doesn't talk about this in his video, then it's not going to know the answer, but it's quite possible he actually does. So the other thing I probably want to mention at this point is make sure you've got fast internet. This speed is going to slow responses down quite a bit. Cool, so we've got a response now. To set up an email flow, these are the steps. So it's given us a list of steps to actually create an email flow. And this is using the same chatbot that's got both information, right? So the chatbot can answer questions on the entire amount of training data. So it can be a multi-purpose chatbot. I'm adding in support, so you'll be able to create multiple chatbots. But for now, if you just add all of your information to one chatbot, it will be able to respond to things. Now, obviously, if you've got very specific training documents that require the chatbot to be a professional in a specific niche, then it's better off just to create one chatbot that's designed specifically for, I don't know, coding, for example, and then once you've done with that, then create a new chatbot by just resetting your entire chatbot. And you can also completely reset your prompt for coding, and then onto email marketing, and then onto video editing, or whatever it is you need to be doing. Just retrain your chatbot like that. But yeah, that's how I'm using it within my own business. Like I say, we've got hundreds of PDFs and websites scraped, and our chatbot's trained on thousands of pages of documents. So you can add in a lot of data to these chatbots and get good responses, basically without having to hire any employees. So perfect, and it's really cheap.